All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week. This is our first week at this spot, but we'll be here, Lord willing, the Most High says the same. And we come out every week to let our people know who happen to be on this sign right here, who are the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, all the way from the Judah all the way down to Issachar, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and so on and so forth from the South America. And even you confusion of face, Jake, spread throughout the four corners of the earth. We're out here to let you know that the Heavenly Father has chosen you to be a special people unto Himself. And we're coming in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, HaKodash Rakah, which is in the name of the Holy Spirit. And we come out here to let you know that He's coming back to deliver an elect out of His chosen people. And if this word strikes a chord within you, then you may want to get out here and make your body, present your body a living sacrifice unto the Heavenly Father, that He may save you, because there's a lot of bad coming. And what's some of that bad? World War III is coming. America will be destroyed in World War III. And there's a lot of actions that are being played out over there in the Middle East, to where eventually Russia, China, and other countries are going to shoot their missiles to destroy America. And one of the main reasons that they're going to do is because America goes around the earth thinking that they can run the whole world, because they have a military, but the other countries are starting to have just as good a military, or if not better, than the United States of America. So when they went over there a couple weeks back and declared Palestine, like Trump has the authority to declare Palestine, to declare Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, you know, because when they did the whole Balfour Declaration thing, that wasn't in there. But when he went over there and declared that, the people of Palestine start tripping. Let's start with you have something right now?
Not really.
Let's start with the article. Did you ever find it or not? Okay, so I'll just read the top of this real quick. Then we'll get scripture. You seen that or no?
No, I didn't see it. Or I had it.
Yeah, hold that other one. This is on RT, but this was yesterday on RT. It said 50 plus Palestinians injured in clashes with IDF. What's the IDF? You look that up, sure. On 10th weekly day of rage. And it says at least 57 people have been injured by Israeli forces who use live ammunition.
That's what it stands for, Israeli Defense Forces.
The water. It's really Defense Forces. The water. Right. It says, yeah, exactly. It says who used live ammunition to suppress the 10th Friday of rage. Protests that have gripped the Palestinian territory since the U.S. recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Who gives the U.S. authority to go on the whole earth and tell people, yeah, this is good for us, and yeah, we want that to be in y'all land, and this and that? Well, that's the pride of the so-called white man. That's the pride of you Edomites out there, because the so-called white man is an Edomite. You got it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, you can read that.
All right.
Then we'll go on
this is from RT News. At least 57 have been injured by Israeli forces who used live ammunition to surpass the 10th Friday of Rage protest.
So they're going out every week, diligently going out every week, saying, hey, we ain't with this shit. Because now they can control that whole region, because they recognize the false people as the real Jews. You know, when the so-called Negroes, get the sign right here for me. The so-called Negroes are the real Jews in the earth. Who was that? Was it Gamal?
Gamal Abdel Nasser.
Jamal Abdel Nasser, right. The president of Egypt, was that in the 50s or 60s, something like that? He said the Jews left black and came back white. Knowing like how
they'll never live in peace. They'll never live in peace because they left black and came back white.
Yeah, the wrong people came back is what he was saying. A slick way to say it. They left out being the real Jews, the dark-skinned people that was supposed to be in that land, and then they came back as white. And that the wrong people came back. The imposters came back. Matter of fact, let's get Revelation 3 and 9.
Yeah, and if I might say this, you got that clown vocab who tried to make a video and he tried to debunk that that particular president never made such a statement. Or let's say hypothetically he didn't make that statement. Did what he say?
Was it not true?
Was it not true?
By whoever made it?
Because when you think about it, ever since them devils got over there, it hasn't been any peace. And that's supposed to be the land of peace, right? Peace in the Middle East. Jerusalem, it means city of peace. But ever since them devils got claim to it, it's been nothing but chaos. War. So who are these people that don't belong over there? That's causing all this destruction and chaos and war. All right? The scriptures tell you when the true people of the Lord return back to that land, there's not going to be any more wars.
That's right.
So who are those people?
And they've been there long enough to where there shouldn't be no wars. You know, they've been there, what, since the 30s, 40s? Shouldn't be no more wars.
Yeah. Well, really, they've been there before that.
Right.
But they made a declaration, you know, through the UN that Palestine would become recognized as a state. You know what I mean? That's what made it a state.
You know? State of so-called Jews.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews.
The synagogue of Satan is going to say they are Jews. That's why there's no peace. Because when you go into breaking down who the synagogue of Satan is, these so-called white people, the Edomites of the Bible, particularly Amalek, one of the dukes of Esau, right? They're from the sons of the wicked.
Grandson of Esau. Amalek.
Right? They're some of the they're the destructive people of the earth. So they can't have peace because they're not about peace. But when the real Jews are supposed to be in their land, that's when they're supposed to be peace. Well, this man don't know peace. That's not in his nature. He can't rest until he causes something to fall. He's always going to find a way to cause contention and confusion to where he can gain power and cause others to get destroyed.
The scriptures tell you about how Esau was blessed with the sword.
Yep.
And the sword, it pretty much means that this man was going to have the ability to wage war and destruction upon people.
That's right.
You know, he'd be able to wage war, you know, go to war with you, use his army, his military. You know, he'd be able to do all these things through that blessing. And this same man was given the blessing to basically take peace from the earth. That's when you go into Revelation 6 about the red horse.
That's right.
That's how you know who that's talking about, man.
Yep.
That's why I keep asking you, vocab, and you other Edomite Christian clowns, who is the red horse? If y'all say Esau's done away with, who's the red horse then?
Yep. Somebody got to be that man. That's gonna rage. And it only makes sense if he was given the blessing of the sword, and he's the end of this life.
It says that he's gonna live by the sword.
Right.
Isaac said that.
Yep.
Isaac said, "By thy sword shalt thou live."
Yep.
So you're gonna be, as long to maintain your power on the earth, you're gonna be using those weapons of war.
That's right.
Your technology, your military.
You got it that way, and you had to keep it that way.
And that's what keeps you on top.
Yep.
You know, without your sword, man, you would be you nothing but a base man now, but your true identity would be revealed.
Yep.
All right, and you're being revealed, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, bringing these, you know, you're being revealed in the scriptures who you really are, your true identity.
Like we were real quick, right? Like we said on the live show on Friday when we were going into Esau. This man has been revealed because of the internet. Now we can really line up all his accounts of all his history and see that this is the man that brought destruction to the earth. Well, that's what he's doing over from that position in the Middle East also. Go ahead and read that, bro.
Revelations 3 and 9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
Hey, let me say that again, synagogue of Satan. When you go into the word Satan, it means adversary. Adversary of what? Adversary of righteousness. Adversary of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, and it's not an equal, fair battle. He just has a purpose to fulfill with his wickedness at this point, to be an adversary to righteousness, so that we would come out here and learn not to follow that way. Well, when he's from that position of in our land, that's what he's doing with the whole earth. Because when you go into who those are, that's when you get all your elites. are of that same Duke, grandson of Amalek, you know, the grandsons of Esau, right? The Edomites. They're all, whether it's the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, Gettys, all them 13 elite banking families of the Illuminati, they stem out of that same people. You know?
Yep.
Go ahead, bro. And they push wickedness all over the earth, man. With whether it's with pushing Satanism in the music and the TV, the subliminal messages that put spirits on people, all the ways that they do, it does that exactly. Heavy cushion.
Hey, but they also fund these wars that you see happening.
Yep.
All these different.
George Soros.
They fund both sides of the war.
Basically, when you see all that chaos over there, the elites have the power to declare what regime they want taken out.
Yep.
And they use Washington as their muscle to go over there and take them out. But before they send Washington to that particular region, they set up, rebels, different proxy armies, and they set them over there to start causing ruckus.
To destabilize.
And then when that government react and start attacking those different forces that those groups that they're funding is establishing, then that's when America go behind and say, well, there's terrorists over there.
Hey,
So that's our justification of going over there, so we can basically stop terrorism. In the name of war against terror, man.
Them groups, some of the hidden words that they use or keywords that they use is insurgent, to where it looks like it's the people doing it, or these little militia groups that's popping up in these other countries that's rebels against the government over there. Well, that's not what it be. They fund those, like the brother said, they fund those people to build them up to do all types of terrorist acts. So now they have reason to attack the people. And I think Cat Williams said, no, they killing them. They ain't killing. I don't know if it was him that told that joke, but he was like, they ain't killing other terrorists. They killing them people over there.
Yeah.
And that's how they do it, to destabilize it, to give them a reason to do it. As soon as Americans be like, well, we don't care. They over there being terrorists. Well, let's get them. But that's what the devil does. That's what Satan would do if he was in the power seat of the earth. This is what you see. If you don't see that there's something wrong with the earth, and if you can't see that, then you don't know what's going on. But once you look deeper into it, you know who's running the earth. Somebody, did you get Joe? Get it? Come. You can see that this man would do that.
Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
You can tell because the Illuminati runs the world. And everything that they're doing, if they were really trying to push peace in the earth, there would be peace. They got more than enough money for it to be peaceful on the earth. They have more than enough power to push peace on the earth. But that man don't know peace because he's the adversary of righteousness. He's a complete opposite enemy of righteousness. Go ahead, bro.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
How did he cover the faces of the judges? Starting with the top judge, the Most High God and His Son. Every time you see an image of who you call Jesus Christ or God, it's an image of a so-called white man.
Iconoclasm.
Iconoclasm. You know, where you worship the image because of what they tell you the power of that image, and it is power in these images. If you can get the signs, Baba Kushal. If you look at the sign of Caesar over there, that's Cesare Borgia, another so-called Jew. You know, back from the 1400s. He had Alexander, what's his name? Michelangelo? Yeah. Michelangelo, right? Michelangelo, the Pope, Alexander VI of Rome, the Pope, had him paint his son as who you call Jesus Christ, and the white image of him. Why? Because he felt he was God, because he could change all the, make the scriptures fit what he wanted in wickedness. But the scriptures describe the Lord to look like Yahushua right there on the picture, the dark skin image. You go into the Bible, that white image of Jesus is not biblical. But that's what the adversary of righteousness would do. You can go back to, he said he finished that one. Enjoy.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
If not, where and who is he? Part of the judges of the earth are supposed to be the Israelites. Well, they're sitting in that seat over there through the Balfour Declaration and so in that position in that land, claiming to be the real judges of the earth. going across the earth saying that this should be this way, that should be that way. But like the brother mentioned, the key point of this is that they use their army. What's their army? They use America as a muscle to go push forth what they want. And I'm gonna say
NATO and America.
Yep, NATO and America. And I was gonna say, key to this whole thing is with the whole ISIS thing, right? If ISIS is just this rogue terrorist group, just going out terrorizing the whole earth, why are they the only people that they not touching? I'm gonna always push that. Why is Israel the only place that ISIS won't fuck with? Why is that? Everybody else gets it from ISIS, but Israel over there, right? And then they have also another part of their power structure, the church, which is Rome, where the Vatican is at, and then their money system, which is in Great Britain. They have all that set up, and who runs all them lands? The so-called white man. Go ahead, bro.
Back in.
Yeah, go back to. So if not, where and who is he, right?
Yeah, back in Revelation.
You can't see that this man. You got the internet. You look at all the major crimes in the earth. They'll have different names, but you see the pictures of those images, and it's a so-called white man with a red ass skin.
You can put all the stuff that you don't even have to say who the so-called white man is. You can just put all his whole rap sheet,
Yep.
and everything on that rap sheet identifies with the so-called white man Esau.
That's right.
All right, it's not Jake. We not thriving in this society. We don't make any laws. We don't control what goes on. We don't put the GMO foods on your shelves. Jake has no control in this society. Who does?
We can't fly to Cleveland, man, let alone fly to the other side of the world and change some shit over there. Not enough of us. We don't even have a seat among the UN. We're not recognized as that. We can't put no policies out there.
And Jake may have influence, but Jake don't have no positive influence on our people, bringing them back to the Heavenly Father.
Right.
All right. Jake want to be, football players and athletes, and that's all the thing that Esau let you do.
Yep.
To keep our people down, to keep our people in that gross darkness.
Right.
All right. And that's all a part of Esau's witchcraft.
Yeah.
What you just mentioned about how Jake is not recognized among the nations.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a seat in the UN, but guess who do?
Yeah.
Guess who do?
And guess who leads that whole setup? That's why they all rock suits, bro. They do.
Yeah.
That's the white man's outfit.
You so-called Jews, you claiming to be the people of the Lord, but you're recognized among the nations.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the Torah where it says that Israel shouldn't be reckoned with the nations.
Yep.
And when we bring that as a point to you, you start to act like it's smoke in the room.
Yeah.
Like you can't see, it's too foggy or something.
Mm-hmm. It's too plain for you.
You got to answer that, man. Why is it that the scriptures say that the Lord's people they're not gonna be reckoned among the people, but yet you are?
Yeah. Them and the wars, there's plenty of things that shows you that you're not the real people of the Heavenly Father, man. It's easy to see that, but what is you doing over there is what's even worse. Not only are you supposed to be upholding peace in the earth, you're up there causing war in the earth.
Well, Syria.
Yep.
Syria is a hotbed because Israel been trying to take Syria for the longest, man.
Yep.
Matter of fact, in the 60s, there was I want to say it was like maybe a 6-7 day war that was fought between the Syrians and the Israelis.
6 day war.
It was a 6 day war, and they ended up getting the victory, and they took Golan Heights, which is the southern part of Syria. They've been trying to destabilize the Syrian government because they've been trying to expand the land of Israel.
Yeah. Because this is what nobody put together or nobody's saying out loud. The southern kingdom was the only ones in that land. The northern kingdom was already over in the Americas. When you go and do the history from 700 something BC, it was over here. So they didn't remember that there was a northern kingdom. The northern kingdom, you so-called Latin Americans, man, and Native Americans.
So-called Native Americans.
Right?
Yeah.
That's who you guys are. But you came over here to the Americas to try to keep the laws that you couldn't keep over there because you were surrounded by all them heathen and was enticed to with idolatry. Well, they've been over there 700 something BC all the way to the Lord's time and all the way forward up until now. It's a long time. That you guys forgot that there was people Israelites that was in that land. So when you took the state of Israel, or you took Israel as a state and you possessed it, you only was thinking of the southern part. And Palestine, the Palestinians took the northern part. Well, Now do you realize, like, oh shit, we're supposed to take it all. Because we need it all. It all goes together.
Yeah, but not just that. That's maybe one of the reasons, but mainly they're trying to, because they're already turning Israel into the epicenter of the New World Order.
Yep.
But also, Syria, that region is where you got those pipelines.
Yep. All the heavy oil is in that.
All that transporting of oil goes through those pipelines over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's about who can benefit the most from dealing oil to Europe.
In those major trade routes, if you look at southern Israel, it only has that when you go down into to Egypt from down that way, right?
Yeah.
It goes into a little narrow passage down that way. But when you go up to northern Israel, it opens up to where you got Greece and Turkey, and you got all these other lands that open up over there.
That's why that's why they want that land.
They want them trade route.
They want to take over the Qatar-Turkey pipeline, and then you also got the Iranian, Iraq-Syrian pipeline.
Yep.
All right, and one of them is backed by Russia, and the other is backed by the West.
Yep.
All right, so that's the reason why they're going strong, and ultimately they're going to end up going to war with Iran.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. It's about destabilizing Syria and waging war against Iran.
Yep.
But it's not easy for them because Iran is becoming a major superpower, being allied with China and Russia.
Okay.
And their military technology is becoming more and more advanced and sophisticated to where the U.S. and Israel don't have the advantage over that regime anymore.
Right.
So they're being frustrated, so they got to hurry up and think of something, man.
When you go back to the late 90s, and maybe even a little bit, but maybe even the 70s was the first time that they was doing deals, the Soviets with the Iranians, especially during the Cold War, they did some of it. But in the 90s, how you think all them Iranians got them AK-47s? Them were Russian guns.
Yeah.
Because they had deals with them. Why? So they could protect their own land. The Russians was like, okay, I'll give you weapons to fight. You just be throwing rocks and shit. Before that, I'll give you some guns. That's why you see little, like they say, little ass kids, little 8-year-old kids, 12-year-old kids out there with an AK laying shit down. You know, well, that's still a tie that they have together, even in today's times. That they're still working together. They're still allies with each other. And see, that's why America can't just go in there and do shit to Iran. That major, because Iran is in that major spot to and that's another reason why they're good over there. When I mean good, I mean why they're blessed over in that land, because they have that position in the earth over there. That's another good position in the earth where Iran is at.
And Esau wants all of it.
He wants
That's
that,
why.
man.
That's why in scripture. Matter of fact, let me pull it
Got
real
it.
quick. Micah chapter 2, verse 2. And they covet fields and
Yep.
take them by violence.
Yep.
And houses.
He don't know another way to get it. And think about it, it's like Monopoly, right? If you play Monopoly, ain't nobody just gonna give up Park Place. Ain't nobody just gonna give up Railroad or whatever. They ain't gonna give up all the good stuff. Because why? Because that's a good position on the board, on the earth, right? Well, the white man wants it. He'll try to sneak your car when you go to the bathroom. He'll do whatever trying to get it. But his best way is to start a fight. 'Cause that's all he know. That's what's in his heart. But war was in his heart. You know, he'll write all these smooth little declarations and laws, but war's in his heart.
And he never keeps none of his
deals.
His
Yeah.
deals.
Yep.
You know, he's always
Double crosser, man.
reneging on every deal he makes, man.
Yep.
And go ahead.
It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Hey, that's why they dropping all kinds of people over there to try to give them democracy over there.
Yep.
Try to get in Christianity. They don't want none of that shit. They don't want none of that over there.
I got the script. It's
Yeah.
Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse started verse 5. He also, because he
Started at 4.
Oh, it's verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
That's the so-called white man.
Okay.
He ain't righteous. If from that position on earth, if he was the real Jew, he would be doing the right thing. He would do the upright thing. But he's not. He over there trying to take over shit. stuff that don't belong to him. He know they ain't gonna give up that land, that position in the earth, but he want it anyway. That which is not his. I can't think of it. Go ahead. I'm gonna look.
That's in that same chapter.
That's in the same chapter. Okay, yeah, you got it.
But the just shall live by faith.
Yep.
Ye also, because
That's the difference. We ain't trying to go over there and take it from him either. Israel back from this fake Jew. We gotta wait on Yahweh Shema Shai. That's a faithful thing to wait for that to happen.
the Most High is gonna give us, whatever we need. He's gonna give us our heart desire.
Yep.
The Most High is gonna deliver us. Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna deliver us back into that land. He also, because he transgresseth with wine, and that wine is talking about his philosophies, his democracy that he pushes on all these other countries. All right, giving these women all these rights, pushing Christianity on all these countries, and there's nothing but witchcraft to get in there and manipulate the people. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
A proud man neither keep. Hey, your land is what? Shit, none of this was yours. Your land was Mount Seir and Edom, the land of Edom. But where you at? You everywhere else. You done been to Greeks. You done been to Romans. You done been to Americans.
Egyptians.
You everywhere. Yeah, you go into like the brother. We go into the Ptolemaic and the Seleucid empires. That was you. That was you going in there taking over them lands. Being the Greeks, being the Egyptians, running their land. Why you worried about running their stuff? Now, true enough, when you conquer the earth, you do go over there and possess, and they pay tribute to you. That's cool. When you run the earth, you do that. But you go over there and you now are them. You wouldn't put power seats in and put your people up in their land. Because the grass for Esau, the grass is always greener on the other side. And he just said, and he's like, I don't want to give up what I got either. I want it all. This man always wants it all. In fact,
didn't he even say in Psalms that he when he takes lands, he puts his name on it?
Yep, names, I'll get it.
Yep. Psalms 49 and 11, that's what he do.
I
He just goes around conquering, man. He'll go around, conquer it, stamp his name on it, whatever language he speaks. That's the language of the land. You got to pay tribute to him if you were already there. You got to be his slave.
Okay.
You got to worship whatever God he's coming with. You got to worship that God.
And the image.
Yeah, and his image, which is usually him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I got something else.
In Psalms 49 and 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
What they think in their heart and their blueprints of what they're gonna do, their plans, is that they want to live forever. They want to be in power forever. They want to run the earth forever. Even if it's in a destructive, wicked way, they want it forever. Go ahead, bro.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
And where they live to all generations of their children. They want to continue passing on their power seat on and on and on forever. That's
especially the land of Israel. That's the main land that they're trying to keep forever and ever.
That's the most precious land on the planet.
Yeah.
And they want it. But then they also they won't trade with the Iranians to give up Israel. They want that too. And they want America, which, they conquered this place, and they want Britain, and they want it all. If they can get it, they want it all. Unless they've already stripped it of all its natural resources. It's the only time they'll let somebody else have it. It's no different than here in America. Compton, we gotta bring this up, right? Compton was where Edomites stayed at back in the day.
Compton is the Edomite name.
Yeah, it's for Edomite. His name was Compton. It was nice, but now, once they done depleted it of everything that they wanted from it, now ain't nothing but Jake and it's all ghetto and whatever else now.
You can say the same thing, Salak. You can say the same thing about the reservations that Gad lives on. Esau went there, they found out where's the good land, where's the bad land. Okay, you can have this land right here after Esau then took all the natural resources out of the land.
Because when they was plotting to get Jake, the Native Americans, whoever, out of that land, they was in the bad shit. They depleted that, then they finally took it from Jake and they pushed Jake onto that and they took the good stuff. Because Jake naturally knew where the good land is at. If the soil grows good crops,
or it's land by a river or water.
I say body of water over there. There's the elevation is a certain thing, all of that. Jake was into all of that. We're supposed to be into all of that.
Jake is naturally one with the earth, man.
That's right.
You know.
Yep. But what does he do? He stalks us out and he takes it from us. But he does that to everybody in the earth. He'll even do it to himself if he had to. Go ahead, bro.
It's back in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. He also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Neither keepeth at home. Keep going.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and
Hold that 1 second. I'll have fun. I'll read it. But if you could read it.
No,
bro.
you the speaker, so I'll
Right.
pull
Yeah,
it.
if you can get Proverbs 30, start at verse 11. 11 through 16. Read that part again. It's funny, I didn't think it was there, but the Spirit had me grab it.
he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home,
Uh-huh.
who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Who enlarges his desire as hell. Now, we're going to break down how large the desire of hell is.
You said Proverbs 30?
30, yeah.
30 and what?
I want you to start up at 11, though.
I got it.
No, he's here already.
You sure that's it?
Proverbs. Is Proverbs?
Maybe 29.
Oh, I'm Salaki. I'm in
Yeah.
Job. I'm tripping. I'm in Job.
I'm looking at it.
Salaki on that one.
You see this?
Proverbs chapter 30,
Yeah, I'm so-
starting at
Verse 11.
11. There is a generation that curseth their father and doeth not bless their mother.
Now, this can definitely go for our people of this generation. But where did they learn it from? They learned that way from the so-called white man. And it's not. I'm not even going to just attribute it to their literal father and mother, but the heavenly Father's righteous ways of the earth, the wisdom of that, as well as the laws of nature, or as you would say, Mother Nature, as I'll put it in this context. Keep reading, bro.
There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes,
And
and
in their
yet
wicked way, they still think that they're the right, that they're pure. Go ahead.
They call themselves white.
Yeah, because it's just pure.
It's just pure.
That's what the word white really means, pure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
and yet is not washed from their filthiness.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that's really talking about Jake, though.
Yeah, exactly.
The wicked, adulterous, sinful generation.
Right.
Verse
But that's why I
13.
said, but where would they learn that way from? To get super filthy, as they are in this generation, they learn that from the so-called white man. Go
Well,
ahead.
he told them, you are your father the devil.
That's right.
Verse 13, it says, there is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up.
And the reason I'm using this for the so-called white man, because he never keep it at home. He always wants somebody else's stuff. He always want to be where somebody else belongs to be. And he put his name on the land and said it was his, like he discovered it. How you discover something when somebody's already there? Go ahead, bro.
The Lord hates a proud look.
Yeah.
And the scriptures say that
Proverbs
he
6.
transgressive by wine, therefore he's a proud man.
Yeah.
It says, there is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives,
Yep.
to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men.
Now we know Jake do this, right? But the so-called white man does this too. Esau does this too. Go ahead, bro.
The horse leech have two daughters crying, give, give.
Yep.
There are three things
And
that
look,
are...
the horse leech. Now, when you think about a horse leech, it's a leech that attaches to a horse. A leech ain't no bigger than maybe your thumb or something, right? And a horse is how big? Huge, full of blood. But look what a horse leech, the greediness of a horse leech. That's why he's attributing this to the so-called white man. Go ahead.
It says there are three things that are never satisfied. Yeah, four things say not, it is enough.
Yep.
The grave
Yep.
and the barren womb,
Yep.
the earth that is not filled with water,
Yep.
and the fire that saith it is not enough.
And the
So like
fire.
it is enough.
It is or it is not?
I'm gonna read it again. It says, the earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that saith not it is enough.
Yep, saith not that it is enough. He never has enough. He can never be satisfied. It said the grave. Yeah, the grave was it. Because everybody has to go to the grave, right? Everybody dies, right? Well, when we get the victory over death, we're not gonna die, but the grave takes everybody though. It takes everybody until the Heavenly Father changed it because he could do that. But basically that's how the so-called white man is. I want everything to have to come to me.
Yeah.
I want to be in control of everything. Go back to Habakkuk and read that last verse.
Say it
Fifth
too.
again.
Yeah. I started 5.
Yep.
Yea, also because he transgressed.
Call it again.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5.
Yep.
Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man,
Yep.
neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
My desire, I want it all. I want to put my land, I want to leave all these lands to my people. I want the control of it, all the money, my face is on the money, everything. You got to use my money if you want to trade in oil or whatever. You know, everything has to come through me, like the grave, which is another word for hell, right? Right. It has got to come through me. Everything got to come through me, because I control everything, and what I see fit goes. Keep going.
And cannot be satisfied.
And cannot be satisfied. And those are the same things that can't be satisfied. The grave, hell, right?
Okay.
The horse leech, it was water in the barren womb. They say that it's not enough. I want more, I want more. That's a mentality of the so-called white man. And our people get caught up trying to be on that same type of mentality because they see him prosper with it. But that's not the ways of the Heavenly Father gave to us. We had a more righteous way to live from there.
Yeah, Esau has a evil covetousness, man.
Yep.
Basically his desires is insatiable.
Yep.
You look up the word
Insatiable.
Insatiable.
Yep.
It basically
Just look the
means
word
to
up.
never be satisfied.
Yep.
All right. You know how like these women are. Our
Just
women.
look that word
These
up,
women
too.
can't be satisfied, especially a whore. When a
Yep.
whore, you can't really fulfill her sexual.
Or nymphos, they call them too. Right?
Nymphos.
Yep.
Just like how a woman that been ran through, it's hard to please her. She's looking for more and more excitement and desire and pleasure. But that's how Esau's desire is for dominance, world dominance and power. All right? If he has to kill off everybody on the planet to reach that achievement, he'll do that. That's why you have the Agenda 21.
Yep.
That's why you have, you know, the King Alfred plan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Rex 84. NDA. That's why you have all these different legislations, because he wants to kill off the mass majority of the people, so he can get full control,
Chip everyone.
of his new world order. That's why he want to chip everybody. You know, really ultimately his goal is to everybody that's alive. You are to be chipped and thoroughly controlled, spiritually, mentally, and physically.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you don't fit that criteria, you might as well be dead.
Okay.
And he will kill you.
He'll eliminate you, man.
Yep.
You know?
When I looked the word up the other day, insatiable,
Insatiable.
right? It says an appetite, it's of an appetite or desire, impossible to satisfy,
Yep.
an insatiable hunger for success.
Yeah.
Of a person having an insatiable appetite or desire for something. Then it says especially sex, but you know, that's usually where it's used, but it can be used for all types of things.
Yeah.
And synonyms: unquenchable, unappeasable, uncontrollable.
Hey, like Esau, he wasn't appeased when he got the blessing from Isaac.
Yep, that wasn't good enough.
That wasn't really good enough. That's why he went on a temper tantrum.
Yep.
And ever since then, he's built hundreds of billions of Israelites.
Yep.
As a result,
And
you know,
My.
throughout countless captivities, throughout the course of time, throughout history, all he did was just wage war against Israel.
Okay.
Because of the blessing that they received from Isaac. You know? So this man, he can never have enough. He want to be us. That's what his ultimate anger is. He really wants to be us.
Okay.
He wants to kill us off and replace us. You know? He wants to be known as the son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay. The Prince of
No,
Power.
man, you the son of the wicked, man.
Okay.
All right, you're a child of Cain. Okay, you're Satan's fleshly counterpart on the planet. That's all you are. And your track record is showing it.
He's insatiable, right?
All right.
Gluttonous, greedy, hungry, ravenous.
That's why he's going around tearing up everything all over the planet, especially over there in the Middle East.
Yep.
That's why he's tearing up Syria. Syria is a war zone, man.
Yep.
It's a dystopia.
Hey, the war's beginning in Syria already. It just ain't world war levels yet.
Right.
And America don't want to push that because they know they got to jump in it in a minute anyway, like full-fledged. That they've been in it, but they got to. The people gonna have to realize that hey, we're in war.
Same thing with Russia.
Yep.
So, you know, they letting the little stuff go right now. They shooting planes down and all of that stuff. But those people in Syria and in the land of Israel, they in World War III right now in their mind.
Yep.
It started, you know, so, you know, but these people in America, they have no clue what's going on, man.
Yep.
Yeah, America is getting ready to get pulled into that.
Yeah,
and Russia is definitely going to get pulled
Yeah,
into
Russia's waiting.
Yeah.
because Israel is attacking Iranian military bases in Syria.
Yeah.
Right after the Syrians use that anti air what they call it, the anti-air basically the system that they use to shoot out those airplanes.
I can't think of what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But them using that, basically, Israel retaliated. But they retaliated, or they say they retaliated against Iranians in Syria.
Yep.
But Putin came out and said, hey, y'all better not escalate war with Iran. And that was and he meant that.
I'm gonna give a
because the scriptures tell you that Russia, which is Gog or Magog, is going to be a guard unto Persia.
That's right. Persia is the Iranians.
So
they know that over there too.
So the fact that it's getting real juicy and thick over there,
Yep.
and Iran is being drawn into it, and America's getting drawn in, Russia's getting drawn in.
That's right.
So that means that this shit is getting ready to pop, man.
So I'm gonna throw an analogy out that I know you Jakes can understand this, right? Where it's like this. Say if me and this is my homeboy or whatever, and these other niggas we don't like, right? We about to get into a fight. If I'm a gang, we'll even use gang. Well, he gonna make sure I don't get jumped by them. That's the big homie that's gonna make sure that I don't get jumped, that this go a fair one-on-one. Well, that's Russia onto them, making sure that America don't jump in when they fight against Iran. I mean, Israel. That's a fair fight, Israel and Iran, right? Pretty much. But then Russia's gonna make sure Iran don't get mistreated. You ain't about to stomp him out and throw bricks on him.
Making sure it's a fair fight.
Yeah, make sure it's fair. If America jump in, we gonna jump in with America. They jump in now it's big time. That's all this is. The same. The war doesn't change. It's the same thing on the same level. You know?
Yeah, but hey,
it's on a much larger scale now.
But they're gonna go to war with Iran.
You're gonna have to get
because
pulled into
Israel
this.
needs the U.S. to destabilize the Iranian regime.
Yep.
You know,
they need to have it for complete power.
They need that.
Yep.
Iran is basically in the way.
Yep.
You know,
Syria.
Plus that pipeline goes right through there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So hey, they're gonna have to battle it out. But notice how all this turmoil that's happening over there is all because of Israel.
Yep.
All because of Israel.
People are in that land.
Because of Amalek, man.
Yep.
All right. That's why you can read in Jeremiah. Let me see if I can get it real quick. In Jeremiah 49 and 20, it says, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom, and his purpose is that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman."
Hey, what was his purpose though? His purpose was to set this up this way on purpose. So he can bring everybody into that region and judge everybody all at once, because his chosen people are all, the real Israelites are so low on the earth that if he took down just Esau, here come Moab with the Chinese, they assuming the power. Everybody would be in power before we did. But if he brings everybody into that region, they all got to fight. Then we ain't got no military because we're not even a recognized nation like that. So here we come right into there. But he's also got to do a marvelous work and give us power, spiritual power at that, to be able to, and angelic power even with that, to be able to stand up against these other nations.
It says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out."
Who's the least of the flock? Israel. Those fake Jews, the Khazars, the Amalekites, that's in there. That's why they don't like that word kite, because it reminds them that they're the Amalekites. That's why that's the worst thing you can call one of them. You know, they hate that shit. Go ahead, bro.
It says, "Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them."
He gonna take out their land also.
Yep. That land gotta be destroyed.
It's
bro.
got, you know, they shit is filthy
Yeah.
over there. And then it's gonna be absorbed by the land of Judah. Talking about Edom, because it's south of Judah, of where Judah's land is at. It's gonna be absorbed into that.
Yep.
That was
Let
it
me
on that
jump
before.
to verse 14 real quick. It says, I have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. Talking about Edom.
Yep.
All right?
That's why.
Because Esau is what?
Yep.
The Lord is making Esau small among the heathen and greatly despised.
Okay.
So that's why all those armies are over there and they all fighting against Esau, man. All those Islamic countries over there, they're against Esau.
Yep.
All right, Elam over there is against Esau. Ishmael over there is against Esau.
This internet is really slacky, bro. I don't mean to cut you off.
Moab is definitely against Esau.
Okay.
Because you got North Korea,
Okay.
Yep.
and then North Korea is making amends with South Korea.
Yeah.
So who knows if South Korea turns on the U.S. That's more probable now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now that they patching up things, because they're gonna come to the recognition that the U.S. been playing them against each other to
Yep.
get an advantage over there to destabilize China.
To get into that region, now they have a position on the chessboard, so to speak, in that area of the world to where they can attack certain places. Now I want to say this: Kim Jong-un said just the other day, because the Winter Olympics are in Seoul, Korea,
Okay.
in South Korea, right now. The thing that he said was this is an Olympic to bring us together. Or I forgot how he said this isn't an Olympics that we. The point he was making that I read into about it was we ain't about to join to South Korea. They gonna have to join unto what we're about. Is the point that I figured he was trying to make. He ain't gonna change the way he thinks about the U.S. Even though South Korea is ran by the U.S. So the South Koreans is gonna have to get on board with North Korea. That's the only way that they're gonna come back together. And if they can use that platform of the Winter Olympics to do that. But if they ain't gonna do that, they ain't gonna come together.
Okay.
With this devil Trump in office, man, he's proud. So he's gonna turn his back on South Korea eventually, and they're gonna have no choice but to link back up with North Korea.
Because we still gotta remember that's their cousin.
Yeah.
They say the same
Kind of
people.
the same people. They
Yeah.
You know.
Same forefathers.
Straight up.
That was it on
That was it, what I had.
No, it was a point I wanted you to read that so he can bring that back up. Oh,
Which
maybe
one?
ambassador or
I got it,
something like that.
Go.
You read that part one more time, then he won't go into Obadiah.
Well, it's the same. It's the
How you
same
doing?
precept. It's the same thing.
Oh, the sign?
The
Yeah.
sign, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much.
Just not of us, but the sign is cool.
Let me go back to it was Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 14. It says, I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle.
Because they can't individually take this man down. It takes a group. It's gonna take all of them to band together, and that's what's happening.
Yep.
The Heavenly Father is making that happen to come up against this man from destabilizing their region. Is there more? That was it.
Yeah, I'll read the next
Okay,
verse.
okay.
It says, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men.
Yep, he gonna make the people in our land over there small among the heathen.
Right
The
now,
Edomites
Greatly despised.
is greatly despised.
because right now they over everybody. So
Yep.
that's why the Lord has to bring them down.
And they see that they were put in there, and people were making deals with them because it looked like they were trying to make it good for everybody, but really, after all these years that passed, they're only making it good for themselves and double crossing everybody. So they're like, man, they won't do good on their own deals no more. There's no reason to be buddy with them no more if they all out for themselves. Go ahead and get that in.
And they making more.